다 어쩌디 벤체 근티 이와 벤체 로즈 지제가 송 아니 라마 집에노라 가려서나 아니 등아 참모 전용 문제지스 아니 데라노 추신 메파나 도도 예레 체와예 무시 이제 가와시 바신지로스네 어떤지 그치시요래.
So let me begin by this quote from the Guru Puja, which was composed by the fifth Panchen Lama. So it says, in the Guru Puja, there's a verse which says that the all sentient beings are same in not wanting even a tiny bit of sufferings, but have no as wanting happiness. But as far as wanting happiness, there's no contentment, and so there's so all are same, and so may the Guru Buddha bless, send down the blessings to all being to be happy. Close.
제장아다 티치디 가르된도 세고르잖아. 시디가 다 롱제 다 가서 네 세제 처마로 네 롱제 서도서 있나요? 아니 단타나 네다 다 가르치 순자 위가다 드니가 세제 처마로라. 아니 누가 참모좀 문제 봐다. 아니 다 대화텔라 지시나 니시나서 아니 드니 대화 추심해 봐다. 아니 드니 강가라 집바지 좀 임바레스. 지디 드니 순고요레스.
So from this quote, we can understand how all sentient beings, whether including yourself and all the others, so how we are all same in not wanting even a tiny bit of suffering, tiny bit of unhappiness, but as far as to having happiness, then we have no. We are never contented. If we have one happiness, we want two happiness and so forth. So there's no contentment.
That sendelo dunga pato dewa tenajigone Tsering no so then shewala tuma mewa ita shewa tuma mepane ani dunga chamo zoyo munde pato dewala no chushi mepate ani shewa tuma mepane 수수수가 관심이 버려 가세 어떻든지 레디어레스 센데스 마체
so this fact of not wanting suffering and wanting happiness, so which we experience this not only in this our present life, but also even we all sentient beings are same in terms of wanting not wanting suffering and wanting happiness in the former life and in the past life. So in fact to the the infinite number of life we have had in the past.
제장한테 다 둥가문데 대원데 있자 아니 둥가 모임이 그 다시다 대화 용이 그 다시 아니 제와를 왜서니 제와를 센델로 제와 나지 이제 제가 투마 몇 번에 아니 대외 그 저저대요래 둥가 세위 그 저저대요래 페나 센델라니 다 시와 돈 비니 시네니 다비 로탄 조터네 주텔라니 페소스 대외 그 제도 뭐 센디 그 대외 제도 드니 그 제도 칼레자고 왔다. 제가 테너지 그 전에는 시와 투마 몇 번에네 소소가 대외치듯이 저요레스.
and not only we do not want suffering but want only on happiness. So we also whatever we do in our life. So it's all aimed at achieving that that goal. That is to avoid suffering and to gain happiness. So this also fact, this also true in terms of if we consider even in this our current life, how from the time when the why we go to school, and then after the finishing schools, whatever the work that we do. So everything is all aimed at this avoiding suffering and finding happiness. So, and similarly, in the the infinite number of past life that we have, so we are also trying to create the right cause for avoiding suffering and to gain happiness.
대송자는 신주를 제시 좀 보셔వాలి 신주를 가르쳐 보세요. 둥한 돈데 세에 좀 둥한을 한게도 저스. 대완데 주뚜미피 롱기 대와 다탄 좀 무슨네. 아니 드니시소요 그래서.
So this remind us this verse from the Shantideva's text, a Bodhisattva's way of life, which says that how although all beings, all sentient beings, do not want or trying to avoid sufferings, but they follow after. They go after the cause of the sufferings, and they, although they all sentient beings want happiness, but their the ignorance, the mental, the dullness within in their mind, then destroy the happiness that they seek, as if the happiness is their enemies.
제장아 시티가 가르치고 그러잖아. 시티가니 나솔라니 로제스 참말라니 둥아테 매와 친데 요리테 이나 딩아테 용시 용데고 그랬어. 빠정 아주 밀차셔와나 셰가나 지금 둥아. 대노지 던로든 로아 주틀라. 소소소기 둥아지 요라. 대 둥아에 와테 둥아테니 파 매와 친데 요리테 이나 오니 고 롱몸에 발레 되고 그랬어. 아니 다 대화 시그란 타투기 대화스는다 네 때한테 대화스는다 드니그 대화지 진대 요리대 이나요 드니그 대위 그 제때 뭐지 자원우지 그파 수속 매와서 저거 그랬어 제마드는 저건 중 말와 제자네 저 페나 쇼주지 센다 아니 젬페치 som발아서 봐 아니 다 대위 그저 너그러와 대인자네 따뜻소니 수수 잔우지 매와지 아니 테레 둥하 그 저니 루치엔즈테 시 돈들레 문데나요 따텔 둥하 안자우테 아니 둥하 마도 코아스 그러다 드니메 말아
So talking about the kind of the sufferings that which we do not want, and so we are talking about as a human being. So there are we are subject to suffering such as the which we experience at with relating to our birth, and then the agings, and then the sickness and the death, and so likewise there are the whatever form of a life that we take. So there's a kind of specific kind of sufferings that we will be subject to. So all these sufferings, there's no question that we we do not want to to experience the sufferings, and so we find what we find is all this. Yet we find these sufferings, almost like we do not have any control. We become subject to this kind of sufferings, and then on the so this kind of shows that we find suffering because we have been creating the causes of the sufferings, because we have to understand that without creating the causes, there's no effect to arise. So on the other hand, when we talk about the happiness that we seek, and then the fact that if we are not finding that happiness, whether we talk about happiness, even temporary happiness, or the happiness, like in terms of the supreme happiness of the liberations. So the fact that we do not find that happiness is also, again, it's an indication that we are not creating the causes of the happiness, and then so. But as is the Shantideva said in this verse, so where in fact we are destroying the causes of the happiness, as if these are happiness is our enemies. So here we're talking about the cause of the main cause of, or the source of the happiness is such as cultivating bodhicitta mind, cultivating compassions, a state of mind, mind within us, and then how the we do not how when we look into our own experience, how we let alone we, instead of cultivating those, but we let the mind, like the ignorance or the anger, to destroy these causes, as if these are our enemies. So on the other hand, the cause of suffering is like the self-cherishing mind or self-centered mind, and how we, on the other hand, that we would hold in the center of our heart, and so therefore the reason why we experience suffering is because of the cause. Likewise, why we lack happiness is because we fail to create the causes of the happiness.
제장한테는 다나마도 맞아 네 더더 도지 진보스 그러다 때는 대화지 토마토야 돼 유면은 데베 제드레 메레 유면은 데베 제드레바데 노데요 아니 다 대님마도 로사지요 말했어.
So the reason so why we are not able to achieve the supreme happiness of the liberations, it's the everlasting state of happiness. So there's only two reasons. So the first reason could be because we have not created the cause for it, or the second could be because we are misled in the or creating the cause, or creating the right cause.
제장하다 대원데 둥암 대와 있자 대외진의 저요래 다 저매왔더니 말이 저요래 다 저예나 다나마도 무시야 가르치는 제든 노데요래서 다 원하대 가르치네 노거래 아니 다 때는 대와 도발라 대외 저 가르치 그거요래서나 드니다 로니도 마지 응연라네 템바 지된들 페네니 아니 그런 것들 시간아치라서 비디오가 지네니 얼데도 두가 사유가 셔다니 갈레 너무 보지잖아요. 다니 두가도 녀서도 녀네 그런 거 녀슬래네. 아니 인도라요. 자첨부 쇼지 템브레스.
So if we say say to ourselves that not only we we want happiness, but we are also being creating the causes of happiness, and then if you think, but while we are yet if we are asked this question, while we are not finding the happiness, then of course we can understand. We have to understand that then there's something wrong. Something went wrong in the way what kind of causes that we create for achieving happiness, and so therefore we have to understand it to recognize the fault in our actions, but to understand the true path, true cause, which for happiness. Then we should, if we look into the examples of the like a historical, for example, the Shakyamuni Buddhas who came to this a world like over 2,500 years ago, and then how when you look at his life, how he recognized the sufferings in the form of like the birth, sickness, aging, and the death, and then in order to overcome the cause of those sufferings, then he left the royal life, and then to he engaged, he ventured into meditation for over many years, and so it is through meditation that finally he found the path. He found the path to eliminate the cause of the sufferings, and so therefore what we have to, in order to now to find ourselves the right path, so we have to understand the teachings and the path which is shared by the Lord Buddhas.
제가 네 공개네 다 타투 대화스 내가 대화 아니 타토가 지테니 로젠즈 드레만도스 아니 예젠즈도 돈이도 비셔라라서 봐 렌드유스네 아니 그런 연유 같은데니 때때라 파지 다 세제노지 그 절라니 대시 다시라 아니 비 따티조 아니 베케 돌이 예셔가 아니 비 융보드 잘하듯이 드니지요 다 제가 다 자가도 텔레모 해지로와 어트리요레스
So essentially, so we we must study about all the teachings which are taught by the Lord Buddhas, and which we can, like in Tibetan language now there are over like 100 volumes, so like a translation of the original the teachings of the Lord Buddhas, and so in those following these teachings, then we will find it what practice we have to do, like for example to how to cultivating the bodhicitta mind, and how to cultivating the wisdoms, realizing emptiness. So these are the realization which are the source of finding the ultimate spiritual goal, and finding the lasting happiness.
네 대노지가니 다 그런 중요되거니 내가 저 상조니 다 나랜다 비켜바지 아니 베케베비 쉬우지가 다배 몸보 쉬우지 좀 쉬어야 돼. 대 몸보 쉬우 드셔야 돼. 저 강가로 아니 타투나 돈이 또 비셔라도 순주세 로젤을 네 시비 쳐다 아니 숨바 샤도샤 레디오레 대인비 지제 가르잖아 아니 제포도 아니 그런 거 수행 가려잖아 아니 가도 대지 숨바 탕제정 세전대비 타서 숨마이세 세마지나 링어 개중 거 가와도 저 타외 전문 저러시네 아 드니 수요레스
and then later on, there are many commentaries was written, wrote to the teachings, the Lord Buddha's teachings, and by the later Indian, like the great masters from Nalenda's. And this commentary, so there are, you will find huge collections of the Buddhist, the literature, the Buddhist literatures, and so therefore now, if we look into the content of all these teachings, whether it's the teaching of the directly from the Lord Buddha, all the commentary to the Buddha's teaching, so great many commentary to Buddha's teaching by the latter masters. So when you look into that, so the main contents, main subject matters, this is all about the wisdoms, cultivating the wisdom of the emptiness, or the awakening mind, or the bodhicitta mind. So it is all about that. So that is the so therefore our practice is to gain this wisdom of emptiness, or gain the bodhicitta mind within us. So in this, regarding this, there's one great Kadamba master, Geshe Potowa, who also said that all the Buddha's teachings and the commentary to those teachings by the latter masters, so these are all for subduing our mind, and so and then furthermore, and then it says that how without subduing our mind, and then no matter how long and how hard we work, physically we work, or even we follow this practice, spiritual practice for aeons and aeons, we won't achieve the state of liberations.
제자네 자외가 까다 아니 디인 제외가 떼질랍소바 아니 몸보 쉬우지 수요리데 순바 터제되니 로제제니 로젠즈지 센텐다네 아니 예젠즈지 로이시비시다 아니 숨바레스 계시 예젠즈지 로지 마시와지 로젠즈 지푸지거니 대와드대와이나 대위가 치었다 타투가 대와 치듯세난다 가니 땡드 대위 치듯세난다 드리가 대위가 치었다니 쇼포와라서 거라서 뭐 가르치잖아요 아니 타투가 대위가 적은 로 말했어 아니 땡드 대위 적은 로 말했어 아니 내가 다 소체치 대와나 데스 용세와리 마도 아니 저니 타와도 도지 집이가 저런 로 말해서 말했다 지티가
So in this way, the teaching, teaching of the Lord Buddha, and also the commentary to the Buddha's teaching by the latter masters. So these teachings are all for enable the sentient being or the follower to overcome or to destroy this self-cherishing mind, and then to cultivate the mind of cherishing other beings. So in this way, we have to, in order to in order to achieve the liberations, in terms of the the liberation from this cyclic existence, or in terms of the supreme liberation of complete enlightenment. So to achieve that, so we have to we must replace this self-cherishing mind with the mind of cherishing others. So there is no other ways, to achieve that. So or otherwise, without targeting our practice towards this, towards eliminating this self-cherishing mind, or to cultivating the mind of cherishing others, then whatever practice we do, such as spiritual, even including our spiritual practice of doing, performing prostrations or reading texts and so forth, whatever we do, if our practice is not aimed at destroying this self-cherishing mind, then it won't serve as a cause to achieve the state of liberations, or the complete enlightenment. At the best, this practice, what we do, may serve as bring some sort of a temporary pleasures, or in another word, some sort of a contaminated types of happiness.
제장하다 맞어 타투 세그란다 텐데 대화세난다 텐디 대외지테 네 쇼주 센도 니젤라 소퍼리 세디살타 니 선사나 네 선바 zon지 디게요 말에 아니 대 루젤 시비 고네 아니 수수고 대화 저거 있어 다 루젤 시와라 니 하포지 선거래 아니 세제 도제 그 신다네 수제 그비 도바샤고 녀비 도자데 네 그주 세세다 아니 야 세제 돈도 너도 아니 아서 동아도 타나 치마리 녀비 그 로라수바 니제 쳔보이마 니 선바 zon지 아니 디게요 말했어
So, so it's important for us to recognize that the true cause for achieving a state of liberation or complete enlightenment, so is cultivating the great compassion, or the bodhicitta mind, and so we have to so at the initial stage, so we have to recognize, we have to gain the true understanding that these are the true cause for achieving the state of liberation or the everlasting happiness. So is a bodhicitta mind, which we can also speak in terms of the conventional or bodhicitta, which is means in the aspiration or a wish, a genuine wish to achieve complete enlightenment, to benefit all sentient beings. So, but then, of course, we have to understand and recognize that, but that is not sufficient.
제장 앞에나 가서 또 림보지로 네 중체든지 야보지 요르스네 지슬라와이나 네 중체때 예와 하고와 전지가 아는 디가 말에 중체때 그 예를 가요 요를 가요 잘 가요 또 처마 롱을 냠바이시나 중체때 롱을 야보지 샤타 그러와 대누지가 네다 아니 그두세시다 니젤라 수바 아니 루질 시와라 아니 지제 가르거든 시동 가르는 지나 시 그건데 저간가니 세오지 응에서소나 아니 그두세시 듣는지 그런 거 소소지 급이 롤 이하보 이샤용 거와 드니조 그래서 내가
So if we use an example of how if we have to to get to the some place that we want to go. So first of all, it is not enough just from the distance to actually to find out about that place or hear about the place, but we really have to, before getting there, we have to gain as much knowledge about that area as possible. What are the things that we can see in the place, around that place. So in that way, we can get we will get a very clear picture of where we are heading to. So in same way, it's important to understand that in order to if our goal is to reach to the complete enlightenment or the supreme state of liberations, so we must also know how to clearly know how we can get there, what sort of causes and conditions we need to create in order to reach to that ultimate state of liberations, such as the causes and conditions such as the great compassions and bodhicittas and so forth, and so we have to know how we can what sort of causes and conditions we can create to arise this such the compassion and bodhicitta mind within us.
제장은 다 중체의 야부지야 버들 롱을 샤자소나 아니 다 중체들 네 레와슈스는 편로 제와 정지가 중체들 레근 저거요 말에 아니 미지엠바 레와 정지가 네 소설 팬토고요 말에 다 소선 저거 그래 중체들 다 소선 저거에나 소선 저기 롱거 시그 그래 제자다 띠 롱거 될 땡이라 아니 오메나 묘뉴 영에 따팅은 로상이지 요메나 네 로마차나야 나타 디론디 그 지차고 하공해질라 아니 때네다 간디스 로그 예메데 하고 지그 예와노지가 아니 다 현주 있어도 니제질 셔와라 아니 텔절 셔당가 네다 기위신이실 때 그요레스.
So just as the soon after we find out the a place that a very a beautiful place that we want to go. As soon as we find about that place, we find out all what we can do, good, wonderful thing that fun that we can have in that place. So as soon as we get all the information, then of course we have to go there to actually to experience the place ourselves, and we can't and getting there doesn't mean that we simply wishing praying or thinking about that is not going to take us to that place, and also it's not sufficient if there are some other people who've been to that place. That's not going to give the same kind of experience that we are seeking. So it's important we have to go there ourselves and find out. So so in this way, so then of course after that, so therefore we have to make a step to get there, and for that we need a help. We need a guide, clear guidance, so which we can seek a guidance from someone who's been there, or even if that person hasn't been, but who has a very full knowledge about that the area. We can we have to rely on as our guidance, like a navigator. So in same way, so here we're talking about the getting or achieving this to the state, the supreme state of enlightenment. So here, so in order to just like that, we simply praying or wishing to to achieve the complete enlightenment is not going to we're not going to get there. So therefore we have to walk on the path to enlightenment, and then to do that, so we have to be familiarize ourselves with the path that leads to the enlightenment. And so therefore to we have to rely upon to the either like to someone who's been the fully reached to the enlightenment, or someone who is very familiar with the path. And so this is where this topic of the of relying on spiritual teacher comes about.
아니 사시사와 아니 대주요레스 대 시단에 니다 셰우 중어도 진신에 답이 그런 전에 지시어리 마도 대도 아니 녀스 렌저거 아니 다 못다 버리 다 아니 단조냐 갈라소파 대 처마로니 타니 쇼주지 센다 아니 돈이도 비셔라지 아니 시어라니 또 ngela yung sel komba majena shiba jene yung komba shiba majena komba majena ne no yo ne shonju yi sen la supa ne shetaya yo mari ste inza ta tndene me ngone me tesi ndo
and so therefore the we can consider all the writings of like the Geshe Losang Khapa, such as the great expositions of the stages of the path. And so is like a guidelines for us to, like a roadmap, if you like, to reach to the complete enlightenment. And so in this text, so we can see the outlines of all the clear the directions or the guidance on the stages of the path, like from the beginning, from the small stages of the path to the middling stages of the path, and then to the great stages of the path. It all shows that. And so when we what is the in this the practice in the of these three stages of like a small, middling, or the great stages, in terms of the practice, what really most matter is the mental scopes, or the motivations for engaging in this spiritual path. That is the most importance. So and so once, if our motivation belongs to the great stages of the path, or of the person of the great scope, then all our practices, even though the practices may be called as the practices which is belong to the path which is shared by the person of small scope or the middling scope, but however, our motivation of the great scope, then we qualified that whatever practice we do, like such as our meditation on the precious human rebirth, or on the impermanence of things, so forth. So all this, when conjoined by the motivations of the such like the bodhicitta mind, then these are all become like a part of our the journey on these great stages of the path.
제자 다 가서 뭐저기 교신에 대해서 갈래 되어래. 대 로르 첨부 지나 시단에 아니 신이 됐을 거들 지고다 아니 내모 쇼순 샤요레 대 준비 진짜 지 가르치나 아니 로르네 인고 아니다 셔우 중은에 다 아니 또 뭐게 뭐 라메도 대화 첨보도 차송지 청어지 순대 이제 아니 더 차송 그 녀래 제와라는 기회신이도 채도 된 바지도 대한서 대원 토모만 인바지 드니지 그거와 이자니 드니지지 아니 대체네 지고순 바레스네 구사조가 로른 진비 같이 신호라 드니 순샤도
남는 과서
로른 진비 같이 신호 드니 순샤도
디나 송을 소라 남는 치메타
로른 치미도 비타문에 제우 중은에 주대 다 뭐라메 받다
no
아니 드니 순샤도 있어
so we will note that in the Tsong Khapa's the great exposition to the stages of the path. Note that there is a extensive, very extensive teachings on relying on the spiritual master, spiritual teachers, or on the gurus. Very extensive there, and this once the giving a commentary to the middling length of Lamrim of the Geshe Losang Khapa's, His Holiness Dalai Lama said that the reason why there was a extensive the explanation of these relying on the Guru in the Tsong Khapa's great stages of the path is because in the great stages of the path we will find the practices, not only the small, middling, and great stages of the perfection of a vehicle, but also it takes you to the right to the secret mantra, even to the there's a touch on the highest yoga tantra, and in that teaching. So so for this it says that this the guru, one's progress and the success of for the success of the progress and success of the practices, the guru devotions or the relying on the guru is paramount, importance.
제상안에 다 년도에 로조시게 자 아니 다 드니 기비신이 대해서 디디지 마지 셰샤게 아니 디 조조는 다 디사 로르치 못서 인지로 지사와 있자다 저 대로는 레라오라고 저 신이 대해서 저 마다 와이나 고모토 와요 지라요 말이 레라오 그래 네 고아 주체마 윤에 윤도 때 고네 콤바조 그래 마도 집에 네다 세절 페마도나네 다 고아 정지고 배동 말와
So of course I'm supposed to I'm giving this commentary on this text, the three principal axes of the path. So I will be just giving a very brief explanations of these various such as this topic on relying on guru and so forth. But however, if you want to find out more, then you should refer to the Lamrim teachings, which now the most are now available in English, and also if you read those the extensive teachings, so you can it's not that hard to understand. So, but the point is, it's to really in order to remember this teaching very well in our mind, and then we will important that is not enough just reading or studying once. It's not enough, but we have to read and think about it, over and over again, and it's also very important. And then, of course, the most importantly to make sure that when our studying and our and whatever practice we we do, so it has some impact, some effect on our mind, because without that, then we will not then really gaining much benefit out of our studying and the practice of Dharma.
제가 다 가서 전달을 다 기회신이 그거야나 기회신이 때 간디지 그거요 그래서나 다시 또 기회신이 그 진이라니 다 아니 다 로라다니 다와다니 홀라메 가서라니 몽보시고 있으죠. 이나야다 지르무지 로른 짐비노란다 다 디송 안토니 진이 때도 댐바테지 니 까오레스 니 까오 인자다 도드나 아니 가서 시에도 예대니데 예대를 채워다. 아니 그래서 네 롱기 로마라 아니 이녀와다. 아니 시완다도 시와 시만이래 시마조 채워서 해시. 아니 롱기 라저가 치대 다 롱레다 채토가 이니시. 아니 내가 다 느리지 체지 됨바지 쉬나 아니 지기래서 내 손도 됐어.
And so now, with regard to the qualifications of the guru or the spiritual teachers, so there is you find the many descriptions, depending on the in the like you'll find a different description in the Lamrim teachings, and then also in some Vinaya texts, and then yet different more different explanations in the the tantric, like a highest yoga tantra. So there's a different descriptions or the defining the characteristics or the qualifications of the guru mentions. So but in the Tsongkhapa's the middling stages of the path, so where which the summarizes, which gives some sort of summary of the kind of the quality or the attribute that we should look for in our spiritual master, spiritual teacher. So is that the spiritual teacher should have more more like a excellent quality than like a fault, the most and also and the must be spiritual teacher must be someone who is more the interest or more concern about a future life, more than concern of or the showing interest in the affairs of this life, and also then someone who cares about about you, as a student who have the heart felt compassions, the compassionate feeling, this towards ones, and then who also have the who must be also in compared to the students, compared to students, then the teacher should have more knowledge or more higher knowledge. So otherwise you won't learn anything any more or gain any higher realization from the teacher.
대인자네 다 게게데 더너 그거에나 다 로마테 간데지 그거르스는 로마테 로조네니 zne lo de tenye nyembu ne chi shawa shes ta yune tesi wonu ji ne lo zo ne dinge ni la ja ge tang wo je yong je ge chi de le denye ya bo ye dinge chi 조조 단지 그게 있어서.
And then we'll also find the in the text the descriptions of the right student as well. What kind of attribute the right student should possess, and then so which there's in the ornament of sutras. There's a mention that the student should have like an impartial, impartial mind or mental attitude, and then should have the interests or the in the dharmas, and then should have the sense of like a intelligent or some sense of discriminations.
제장안에 로마테 로조네 마지 마주나 아니 페나 로마테니 냐야를 강페 강이 레소나니 기겐테니 다시오마도 마니니 검나자 드니친 데디기나 기 검자에 될라 니 젠통되거든 야 이제 게 총투댕이나 보다 때 무게와 제등이 주나 코로 무게와 다 드니 제일 가오예 이자 게가 대체와 돼야 코로 예대 통댕이나 드니 용거로 왔다 로조 마슈나 다 드니 그 매와지 그거 그랬어
로수네서
로조 라 중보 로 중보
로 장보
로 중보 로 중보 만에나 아니 페나 게 검자 때도 콜 검 가오면은 게 검데 키시엔 도대 그러와 아니 야 게가 티 총나 보통 뒤져 제등이지나 코야 뒤져 가오지나 게가 야포리신 총도야티 야포리신 야포지데 그러와 그 중보 마시나
so so impartial or unbiased attitude is important for the from the side of the student to have, because so without that then there is it's likely that then the student would judge the teacher on the basis of his or her own preconceptions. So for example, if students very very fond of just always like a sleeping and not really fond of meditation practice, then if however if the teacher is opposite to that, is really in the meditation practice, then there's a possible that student would then rather see the meditation practice of the teacher as something like a shortcomings, rather than see that as a qualities, and because of the student's own preconceptions, or you could also have the like a student who is also like a really fond of like alcohol. Drinking, like addicted to drinking, and then if the teacher is also addicted to drinking, or like or fond of alcohol drinking, and then the student would then, because this is something that he or she likes, then would see that as a teacher aspect of alcohol as also as something admirable things, as a good things, and so this is where it's important to have how you perceive the teacher. So it's not something influenced by your own preconception. So therefore it's important to have important for student to have unbiased and impartial mental attitudes.
제장하다 드니가 텐다위다 로마 이슈나 네 중몰랜딩이 로마 이슈는 디가 도마 기회신이 되라 마시에베니 생이 더더더니 댄두 문두전 아마 동부 제와야 붙이 근데 다와도 로도 드니존에 봐 제와서 기투잖아요 제와야 붙이 드니지네 아니 기기대한테 개치 모인 사람마다 아니 호텔 투어도는 게좀 제와 마치네 땜바이나 아니 다 기계가 다 들런거 루발라 트딩이들이 최소나 소식이 뭐 제거라 아니 다 런거 루발 트인도 해자 저배 제와 시지도 개치 모인 사람에서 뭐
and then after that, then need to if you talk about about building the relationships or between the spiritual teacher and the students, then it is said that the student must must thoroughly examine observe and examine the teacher, before the accepting or before relying on someone as your teacher. So even if it takes a long period of time, it could be like months or the years, but it is saying that it's very important to to examine, to check that person. Whether to see whether it's suitable, is a right person for one to follow or not, and because otherwise, if not such the examination is done, then there is a great risk that then you may the teacher who you follow might be the wrong one, and in that case, and as a result of that, then this your whole life can be misled.
Penane maso juje lama selim pate tembi ke shata ta ko jajinu ne pe tjinu dawa trise pa lama selim bin rana chimbri te ine yo pugile sadusala tando ni lama jewa chine yapon de munde loju kanen de munde mushi kanen de munde ani tini ke jewa chine ma to hote ka pugile so lama te wa tini remandus tinza ne ani tombo jez te ke chimboresh.
So if we regarding the formation of like a spiritual teacher and the student relationships, so like if you look into the life of how the great like the Atishas the adopt or met his teacher, very important teacher, Lama Selingpa, and so it took over 6 months of journey across to the ocean to for the Atisha to find to meet his teacher, Lama Selingpas, and then however after a long journey, when he got there, the Atisha didn't immediately accepted the Selingpa as his teacher, but rather he, after such a hard, long journey to find to meet the teacher, then he took his time to examine whether really is the right teacher for me or not, in terms of the what the various quality that teacher possess and so forth. So he took the time to examine the Selingpas.
제자다 드니 있는 거나 드니 이거다 생이도 된 비교신이 때 소식을 기회신이 가두쳐 버리잖아. 아니 다 소수 다 드니 이거 때라니 이 더번에는 이치에 비고네. 아니 다 센더식이 샤 콜리 다 이치에 비고네. 아니 다 대산에라니 치치치 지마도 녀면아요. 네 소소 기회신이라는 거 그래서 기회신이 다 때문에 대화에 비고나로 이치 예비고네 다 콜라 치치치 주샤와이나 키치치치 순서나 대인체데 고니 기회신이 차는 거 그래서
so we must examine thoroughly, so before accepting or considering someone as our guru or the spiritual guides or the spiritual teachers. And so now as to the question of when someone becomes one's teacher, one's guru, and then someone becomes one's guru or one's teacher, when you wholeheartedly, when you place your trust and you accept it. You accept it, from your heart. Accepted that person as your teachers. So in fact, if there's this bond that which you establish on your mind, on the like a mental bond of trust and your faith. That is what makes connect one to the guru. So it is in terms of the what you receive, kind of any teachings or what you receive from the guru. So it says that it is even just one or two words of dharmas. Is adequate. Is enough to that person's to become as one's gurus.
제가 오늘 라마 제 사주 잘라는 라메 가르치세나 게투디 그 제고로 왜세나 아니 다 라메가다 그 무기비 슈나 또는 아니 아니 지세나 지금 와서나 아니 다 대제고 말해서 대제고 무고와데니 ndwenuला 수조래 아니 제와도 로르치 모네라니 다 가시 라메 걸더니 무기비 슈르더나 지수스나 아니 대마체나요 아니 녀빠요 말해서 이나야 라면갈 드니 지금 와본도 세네야 지라말 때로 시에나 드니 네 마체나요 그래서 어떤 수션です.
Then having adopted someone as your spiritual guide or spiritual guru, then do you have to accept and follow everything that the guru says to us? And so regarding this, it says it's not necessary, for one to follow everything guru says. It is you find this in some Vinaya scriptures, and also it's very clearly says in the Lamrim teachings as well. So there's if for example if what the gurus say to you is something negative, something non-virtuous, and so if if you don't, it is saying that it is you don't have to do that because it is you see that as something negative and non-virtuous, and so however at the same time it's important that should not. That's the fact that what the guru has said to one, and it is something to ask you to do something which you believe as something negative and non-virtuous. So on the pretext of that, then important that not to lose one's faith in the guru, and definitely then not to important not to disparage or not to criticizing the guru loss.
아슈지네 소속 드무토야더니 소속 드비 니파 맹했더니 아니 한지 드주서 소나 아 저라 마드나오네 아니 녀봐요 말했네 네 어더니 딱 너와네 수요.
And also there are the exceptions is also made if the it is also like it is said in the Vinaya scripture that if the advice that Guru gave to you, but if you have no resources or no capacity to fulfill that advice, then it is said that because you have no capacity, you have no ability to fulfill that, then it says that it is okay not to be able to carry out that advice.
원하더니 기회신이 때 다티 네 기회신이 되게 저런 타와도 도지 진별을 주에 위나 간데스 투르세나 네 기회신이 되거니 다 코로고 뇨뇨세나 코로고 심바데 저럴 때 드니 저러고 뇨슬레네 드니 윤의도 용 로주체 윤의도 뇨슬레네 타와도 도지 진비 공부를 소소지에 다다고를 마도 아니 다 무저 대로 치고 저와노지 그래 치데 저런 디발라 소바데 트야 요마레 아니 다 르폴 세무수와노 세무레와노지 그 디파츠솔레 요마레 아니 다 기회신이 되니 제제다 로주 차수 처럼 떼고서는 봐 년바테야노지 그 스네그 테메 있어래 아니 가르 세나네 터노 디파치 못시 로에둥아 쇼키 무셀라세 단돌레 터노 수저래 녀치 뚜빠질란 포모테 친이 데마테미 토와저스타 조에가 타데 아니 치수네 대 치수미 대대 녀슬레네 고둥아도 니 코알레 토고 그랬어.
And so now the very reason why we relying on this spiritual guide or the guru, so is really to reach the complete enlightenment or to reach to the state of liberations. So now the and what kind of and then the question arises, what kind of a role that the guru has, or how much, what support we receive from the guru in this in achieving the state of liberations or the complete enlightenment. Then it is very clearly said that the guru's main role of the guru is simply giving you the guidance, giving in the form of like giving you the teachings, and so therefore the what is most important is for one the student to follow those guidance into by putting those into implementing those guidance into practice. So as it says, as far as guru is concerned, as it is, there is one sutra. It is said in the sutra that the Buddha cannot wash away the sin or the negativities with the water, nor can Buddha remove the suffering bring from his own with his own hands, nor Buddha can transplant or transfer his realization into the mind of the other beings. So, but the way the Buddha help other is just showing the path of the true path, and on showing showing the realities, the teaching on the realities. So in same way, so we have to understand that the guru's role is only in terms of showing one the path or the giving spiritual guides and so that's all. But how when you reach to the complete enlightenment or to the liberation is then rest upon upon yourself. in terms of now whether you by implementing those guidance into practice.
다 드니 있었다. 대참샤들이 당가서 교육신이 전유 대비가 예수네. 아니 다 현주이살아서 봐. 네. 마셔와노 전 시와도 시내네 군에 공부이거니 다 면로시 년도 자 아니 저치 그러봐.
So we leave this talk here, and I'll finish with this prayer of generating this precious mind of bodhicittas. If it has not arisen, may that bodhicitta arise, and if it is already arisen, so may it never decline but always increase.
전주 senjo ramboje 마제 바노 제제 제와 뇽바 매바이 군에 군다 배워